Hi, everybody. It is Nick Soper with Creative College Prep, and I am here with Marie Schofer, the Director of Admissions, and Ling, the Associate Director of Admissions, hopefully I got all that right, at Cornell College in Mount Vernon, Iowa. Hi, you two. How you doing?
Great.
Good. We are going to dive right in. We are on a live Q&A session, courtesy of Google Hangouts. So bear with us if we run into any technical glitches, but let's get going. So can you guys tell us a little bit about Cornell and what do you find most exciting about what's going on there right now?
Well, I'll go ahead and get started. Cornell College is a small liberal arts school in Mount Vernon, Iowa, and it's probably best known for our distinctive one course at a time academic calendar, also known as the block plan. This calendar allows students to take their courses one at a time, which means you take one course for 18 days. You get a 4-day weekend, and then you can start the next course. And you take all of your courses sequentially like that. And we really feel like the benefits allow you to dive in, focus on a single subject, and get everything you can out of that class before you have to move on to the next class. Professors love teaching on this calendar because they are able to put together coursework in a way that is very hands-on and sometimes even allows students to go off campus, whether it's an off-campus experience locally or it could be taking a geology class to New Zealand.
Right.
We have wonderful opportunities for that kind of experiential learning to happen in the classroom.
How many hours a day are students in class?
It's typically 3 to 4 hours a day of class, usually an hour or two in the morning and a similar commitment in the afternoon. But every class is scheduled a little bit differently to kind of meet the needs of what that class needs.
Mm-hmm.
So
amazing. So second question, what kinds of things do you find yourselves looking out for in applications that really helps to set some students apart?
Well, one question that I have gotten during my time at Cornell is, parents and counselors are often wondering, who's a good fit for one course at a time? Who's a good fit for the block plan? And what we have found is that really students who come from a lot of different kinds of backgrounds and learning styles can be a good fit. And ultimately, it's the students who really display a passion for learning and an academic subject that just dive in and love it. So when I'm reading an application file, I'm looking for that kind of passion, and maybe maybe a student hasn't found it in a specific area yet, but to see that they get excited about their classes and see that they get excited about their involvements, those are the kinds of students who I think can really excel in the block plan.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And so, Marie, you've been around the block here for a while now. What is your favorite story from your time working in admissions? Is there anything that comes to mind?
Well, one of the things that I love about working in admissions at Cornell is that we really can look beyond just a test score or even just a GPA to look for those students who may be a very good fit for the block plan. And we have a wide range of students that enroll here, but it overall very, very academic group. But there have been students over the years, and one in particular that I can remember, that we read through his application file and all signs pointed to the fact that this is a student that had not necessarily really excelled with 7 classes a day, but could really excel in taking one course at a time. And I was really fortunate because he was actually a cross country and track athlete. My husband is the coach at Cornell.
Oh, great.
So I got to not just see him matriculate to the college, but then see him over those 4 years and just the transformation that happened for him and how successful he was at the point of graduation was so exciting and rewarding to see. And I've seen that time and again with other students. And even students who maybe have done very well with 7 classes a day and a typical high school schedule, all of the things that they can squeeze out of their college experience with the block plan is fantastic. The flexibility that it allows and the opportunities that are available for study abroad and research and internships. I think the block plan just really, again, gives flexibility and accessibility to those kinds of opportunities for students that is not the same on the semester plan.
Yeah, sure. I hear you. And last question. of the day, what advice, encouragement, or maybe even words of caution do you have for students and families as they are gearing up to start applications?
Well, I guess the first thing that I would say is don't stress out about it. It doesn't have to be a stressful process. It is important for families to do their homework up front and to find schools that they feel like would be a good fit for them. You do have to know yourself to really understand what kind of school would be a good fit for you. But I encourage families to start visiting colleges. Even if there are schools that you may not think you have a lot of interest in, go to all your local schools and just visit them. And then you'll start to understand what you like and what you don't like. And then as you get prepared to actually complete the application process, I think it's important to approach it the same way. Who am I? What am I trying to tell this college? And I'm really proud that we actually recently went to a test optional structure where we can allow students to create a personal portfolio that gives them the opportunity to decide how they communicate that message about themselves to the college. So I think that that's kind of the best overall advice that I have for students. I don't know if you need to add, Ling.
Well, I think it's just for student who ready to apply or have already applied, tell them don't be afraid. If you have questions, make sure you reach out to the, counselors. We call ourselves counselors as well. And we are your friends. So if you have questions, let us know and we're here to help.
That's great. It's such great advice. And I don't know, it seems like a no-brainer to us on our side of things, I think, but a lot of students need that sort of reminder that they have allies out there and that we're all advocates ultimately. Yeah. That's wonderful.
Exactly. And that's a word that I use a lot of times with our admissions staff. There is an admissions committee that ultimately makes final admission decisions, and that can be the scary part for a lot of students. But the admission counselors on my staff, they are advocates for their students. They get to know their students so that when an application file does go to an application committee, Ling can go into a meeting and say, I know this student. Let me tell you all of the attributes that they could bring to Cornell College.
For sure.
So let that counselor get to know you so that they can be your advocate throughout the process.
Awesome. Great. Well, we're going to wrap things up for today. I'm so glad we had the chance to get to hear a little bit more about Cornell and to talk with you, Marie, and you, Ling. And for the families who are interested in finding out a little bit more, what would you suggest are the best next steps?
Well, yeah, I would say, go to our website, and if they have specific questions, they can just reach out to the counselors and, give us a call or send us email. And I think I would like Marie to
I just wanted to
tell you more.
Yeah, one opportunity that's coming up this summer, if you're seeing this video, July 31st, 2016, Colleges That Change Lives will be hosting college fair, 2 fairs actually in the Los Angeles area. And so you can go to ctcl.org and find out times and locations for those events. But we'd love to see you at one of the CTCL events or at a Cornell event in the LA area or on campus. Any would be great.
Yeah, I'll be there July 31st. I can't wait.
Wonderful.
Great. So thank you two so much for joining me, and thank you families, students, for joining us for this conversation. Please be sure to share, like, subscribe, leave comments, all of that good stuff, and come back soon for more on how to get creative on your path to college.